formerly of CNN, and now with Wind, my station in Chicago on the Salem Radio Network. So you were talking about Wisconsin and the turnout, and I did very quick looking up, but I didn't have enough time, but I got some stuff. And you're right. They say that your claim, and they don't use your name, they use Don Jr., that the claim that the Wisconsin vote dramatically rose is pants on fire lie. Because just as you said before, they use all potential voters and you use all registered voters. Is that correct?
That's exactly correct. And by the way, so I was able to find the registered voters number, so that's apples to apples comparison.
Good.
And this is from Wisconsin Public Radio, so I'm not taking it from some conspiracy site or some right wing site. It went from 82 to 90. So it was very high. Wisconsin has a tradition of really high turnout. Okay, 82 is very, very high, but still, it went up more than 10%. Is my point from 2016.
And you rarely go up from a high number, so that it is dramatic. 82 to 90 is more dramatic than 52 to 60.
Correct, and particularly because so much of it was in the city of Milwaukee, and Biden won the city of Milwaukee by 145,000 votes. He only won the state by 20,000, right? So that was 7 times the margin was in the city of Milwaukee. So that's how critical, again, for a big city to have
and of course, people will say, aside from urban areas, almost always going left, is the large black population. But the black population gave him a higher vote than anyone since 1960, I believe, than any
That's
Republican.
Correct. You mean Donald Trump,
any Republican, yeah.
Correct. Donald Trump got a higher minority share than any Republican since 1960. The other phenomenon, and by the way, because I mentioned this on your show, and I didn't have precise numbers, and now I do, about the Biden-only votes, which is a really peculiar phenomenon. Again, it's something that we've seen in the battleground states, but not in the settled states. And by that, I mean people who literally only voted for Joe Biden and then did not vote down ballot. If we'd seen that phenomenon nationwide, Dennis, well, okay, then maybe there's something going on here. There's some sort of trend that maybe we have to understand. But we're seeing it only isolated in the battleground states, particularly the state of Georgia. So in Georgia, where you have 2 very hotly contested Senate races, both of which are going to runoff, right? So a ton of interest down ballot. It's by no means just a presidential race. If you look at the vote totals in Georgia, 2.4 million votes, a little more than that, for Donald Trump. The differential between people who voted by Trump only and then didn't vote in the Senate races, literally out of 2.4 million, only 818 people did that. So nobody, I mean, just a minuscule number decided they only wanted to vote for Donald Trump. For Joe Biden, over 95,000 people.
Okay, I want you to know, I find that the most compelling.
I agree. I think of the 4 points I made, yes. I think that's actually the most compelling. 95,000.
It really enters the realm of inconceivable.
It's hard to particularly, again, with such competitive Senate races.
Right. 95, right? Yes, exactly, with the great interest in the, at least Senate. I mean, if it was President and Senate, at least. But it's just President? Why don't you, again, give me the number again?
It is 95. I'll give it to you exactly. So the Trump-only votes in Georgia
800,
are 818.
Yeah. Right.
And then Biden only, 95,000.
95,000 to 818?
Correct.
Okay, so wait, again, this would be actually dispositive. How many people did Hillary Clinton only in 2016?
Yeah, that I don't know.
I wonder if it's knowable.
Yeah, maybe not, because it's not something normally tracked.
I know,
right?
exactly.
And by the way, I give a lot of credit to Sidney Powell, is the one who really noticed this first. She's on our Trump campaign legal team.
She's the lawyer, yeah.
And she's terrific. And nationwide, by her tabulations, there's 450,000, because I think when I spoke to you last, I said there was around 500,000, but I didn't know exactly. She's now said there's at least 450,000 Biden-only votes nationwide. And again, they are predominantly in battleground states. That's what doesn't make sense. So in other words, you don't see this phenomenon
in Wyoming,
in other states.
Yeah,
correct, exactly.
Or in New York, for that matter.
Or settled blue states.
Yes,
exactly right.
That's
it's not happening in. It didn't happen in Alabama in a red state. It didn't happen in New York in a blue state.
Right. So what is your future? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm going back to my radio show. So the Steve Cortes show has had a substitute host who's been wonderful, but I'm heading back to Chicago, and so be back as your Salem brethren. And, we'll see what else. I've been on deployment. I've been 100 days here in Washington, D.C. It's been an incredible battle. I've been honored to be part of it. And it's not done, by the way, and I'll certainly still do television as needed. But the movement now, the effort has pivoted to much more of a legal strategy.
Right,
I'm not
of
a
course.
lawyer, so
I understand.
those folks have moved to the front.
By the way, you're going back to Chicago. What did the mayor now say? What was her latest proclamation?
Oh, my goodness.
Just tell
Dennis,
me. Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially a lockdown, 30-day lockdown. By the way, mind you, when the news organizations announced that Joe Biden won on Saturday, she was out in the street of Chicago, super crowded, sort of pop-up.
I know but
maskless.
that's a health benefit. You don't follow the science, Steve.
Right. Maskless, screaming into the crowd, which, by the way, I have no problem with.
That's right.
But the hypocrisy of it.
No. It is right. It's unbelievable. So you're one of the places where we got this message too. I think, did we get that in L.A.? Don't have Thanksgiving with anyone but the people you're living with.
Right, and you know what?
Yeah. Have Thanksgiving alone.
Bad enough.
That's healthy, folks. That's healthy.
Right.
Thanksgiving alone.
Right.
I will video my packed house on Thanksgiving and put it on the internet. I'm not kidding. I think I should do that. All right, bless you, Steve Cortes.
Thank you, sir.
You're terrific. He is terrific. He's bright, eloquent. He's everything. He's all the stuff. By the way, is that racist to say someone's eloquent? Isn't that the new thing? If you say that a black person is eloquent, it's racist. But if you say Steve Cortes, maybe Steve Cortes, who knows what group he's in? Cortes, isn't that Hispanic? I mean, there you go. It's the stupidity that the country has entered. I'm sorry? Latinx. He's Latinx, yes.